For many years I've often heard that familiar saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I believed in that because fruit has always felt like one of nature's greatest gifts. But as I've lived longer, as I've stepped into my 60s, I've come to realize every gift has two sides. Fruit is no exception. There are mornings when I sit in my clinic, across from a patient in their 70s, their eyes tired after a minor stroke. They look at me and say, "Doctor, all I eat is fruit. How could this happen to me?" And in that moment, I have to slow down, sit with them, and explain. Not every fruit is harmless, especially when our bodies change after 50. Have you ever noticed how your body reacts differently to foods that once felt so normal? A sweet slice of mango, a cool glass of orange juice, things that never bothered us before, now sometimes leave our heart racing, our blood pressure creeping up, or our blood sugar spiking. I've seen it in my patients, and to be honest, I felt it in myself too. I want you to imagine this. Your heart and your blood vessels are like a highway. When you're young, the road is smooth, the traffic flows freely. But as we age, that road develops cracks and potholes, while traffic only gets heavier. The sugar and potassium from fruits are like heavy trucks pounding the pavement every day. If we don't manage it wisely, the road wears down faster, and the risk of a traffic jam, a stroke, becomes very real. I'm not saying this to make you fear fruit. Fruit is still necessary, still a beautiful source of nourishment. But what I want to emphasize is this: eating the right kind, in the right way, and in the right amount. That is the real key to keeping our hearts and our brains healthy. In over 30 years of practice, I've met so many patients who believed they were eating healthy simply because they swapped rice for a bowl full of grapes or replaced breakfast with a giant fruit smoothie. They didn't realize that small habits like these could quietly raise their stroke risk. I'll never forget one gentleman who drank a large glass of store-bought orange juice every morning, trusting that vitamin C was protecting him. But the sugar in that juice was no different from a can of soda. And just a few years later, he faced heart problems he never saw coming. What troubles me most is this. We were never taught to look at fruit with clear eyes. We were told, the more the better. But both science and lived experience tell a different story. This video is my way of facing that truth with you, not to steal the joy of eating fruit, but to help you enjoy it safely, wisely, and in a way that truly supports your health. You see, some fruits are so high in natural sugar that our bodies can't process them fast enough. Others are loaded with potassium, which can be dangerous for the heart if you're on blood pressure medication. Some that are healthy in their natural form become sugar bombs when juiced or dried. And even the best fruits can turn harmful when eaten in excess or combined carelessly. In this moment, I want you to ask yourself, am I really eating fruit the right way? Could I be making life harder for my heart, my vessels, and my brain while thinking I'm living healthy? Don't worry, I'm not here to judge you, but to walk alongside you. In today's video, I'll share 12 types of fruits that science, clinical experience, and even my own personal journey show can quietly raise stroke risk after 50. More importantly, I'll show you how to still enjoy them, safely, deliciously, and in a way that helps you live stronger every single day. So, are you ready to take this journey with me? My dear friend, let me take you through each of these fruits. I won't just tell you the names, I'll also share real stories from my patients, from what I've witnessed over many years. Grapes, small but far from harmless. I still remember my patient Ellen, 68 years old. She loved grapes, especially the sweet red ones. "Doctor, I only eat fruit, so why am I gaining weight, and why is my blood sugar so unstable?" she asked me. The truth is, grapes are loaded with fructose, a sugar that rushes into the bloodstream quickly. For aging hearts and blood vessels, those sugar shocks are like tiny hammers hitting the arterial walls. And here's a detail many miss. The vitamin K in grapes can interfere with blood-thinning medications. So if you love grapes, keep it small and pair them with nuts or cheese to slow absorption. Pineapple, sweet but inflammatory. Have you ever eaten pineapple on an empty stomach? That burning feeling, the stomach discomfort, sometimes even a racing heartbeat? Pineapple is high in acid and sugar. Not a big issue for the young, but for older adults it can cause inflammation and blood pressure spikes, especially when paired with salty foods like ham during holidays. I often tell patients, treat pineapple like a garnish. Half a cup, with greens or protein to balance it out. Bananas, convenient but potassium heavy. One older gentleman I knew, Harold, ate 2 bananas every morning, thinking he was helping his heart with potassium. But he forgot he was on potassium-sparing diuretics. The result? Irregular heartbeats. Bananas are healthy, but for those over 50, especially with heart disease, too many can be a burden. If you love bananas, try half, and don't combine them with other potassium-rich fruits like oranges or avocados in the same meal. Mango, nature's soda can. A medium mango has over 45 grams of sugar, nearly the same as a can of soda. I recall a pre-diabetic woman who thought a nightly fresh mango was a healthy snack. Her blood sugars spiked, leading to lipid problems and higher clot risks. If you enjoy mango, pair it with fiber-rich veggies, like diced mango in a green salad, instead of eating the whole fruit alone. Watermelon. Refreshing but destabilizing. Summer in America wouldn't be complete without watermelon, but a big slice can pack 500 milligrams of potassium. For those with kidney issues or on heart meds, this can upset electrolytes and cause blood pressure swings. I've seen a patient grow dizzy and collapse in pressure after eating half a melon on a hot afternoon. Solution? A small cup with mint and a few almonds. Refreshing and safe. Dried fruit, the sweet trap. Many carry small bags of raisins or dates thinking it's healthy snacking. But 1 cup of raisins has over 100 grams of sugar, 25 teaspoons. I call them dry sugar bombs. Plus, preservatives like sulfites can raise blood pressure in sensitive people. If you truly enjoy dried fruits, keep it to 1 to 2 tablespoons and always pair with nuts. Store-bought orange juice, the vitamin C trap. One of my patients, Robert, believed his daily glass of orange juice was protecting him. He didn't realize that 8 ounces carries 21 grams of sugar with no fiber to slow absorption. Drinking juice is like drinking liquid sugar. A few years later, he faced dangerous hypertension. Whole oranges are wonderful, but juice is different. Eat the segments, or if you must drink, keep it to half a small glass diluted with water. Store-bought fruit smoothies, a sugar bomb in a cup. I once asked a patient, "What's your breakfast?" She said, "Oh, just a smoothie, very healthy." But inside were bananas, mango, apple juice, pineapple, nearly 60 grams of sugar, more than a large soda. If you want smoothies, make them at home. Half fruit, half greens, and add chia seeds to balance. Canned fruits and syrup. Convenience with a cost. I understand many like canned peaches or pears for the ease, but those slices are swimming in sugar syrup. That sugar drives insulin resistance, which over time leads to diabetes and stroke. If you must use canned, choose those packed in water or 100% juice and rinse them before eating. Acai bowls, when toppings turn superfood into super sugar. Acai itself is fantastic, low sugar, high antioxidants. But look at how we eat it, topped with banana, honey, granola, coconut, dried fruit. A single bowl can reach 70 grams of sugar. I often tell my patients, the dose makes the poison. If you love it, choose unsweetened puree, add nuts, and limit to just 1 fruit topping. Avocados, good fat, but high potassium. Avocados are praised as green gold for their healthy fats. But I've seen patients on potassium-sparing diuretics eat too much and develop arrhythmias. For those over 50, half an avocado a day is plenty. Remember, even the best foods, in excess, can burden the body. Figs, not as innocent as they seem. Figs are rich in fiber, great for digestion, but they also carry a lot of natural sugar. And for those on blood thinners, figs can intensify the effect, thinning the blood dangerously. One of my patients swapped candy for dried figs and ended up with constant nosebleeds because of the interaction. If you enjoy figs, eat sparingly, and always talk to your doctor about your medications. You see, these 12 fruits are not bad in themselves, but if eaten the wrong way, they can become a burden for the heart and brain, especially after 50. My dear friend, After everything I've just shared, I hope you don't leave this video afraid of fruit. Fruit is still a wonderful part of life. The vibrant colors, the wholesome sweetness, the childhood memories of a cool slice of watermelon, or the fragrance of ripe mangoes. I don't want you to lose that joy. What I do want is for you to leave with a new understanding, to recognize that after 50, our bodies are no longer the same as they were 30 years ago. Every bite of fruit, every small choice can shape the health of your heart, your brain, and the path ahead of you. I've seen too many patients, good, hardworking people, who thought they were eating healthy, yet because of one missing piece of knowledge, ended up facing a stroke and long days in the hospital. And I've seen others who adjusted their habits and lived decades longer, joyful and strong with their families. You see, health often doesn't come from grand decisions, but from very small details. Half a banana instead of a whole one, grapes with a few almonds, choosing an orange instead of a glass of juice. These tiny details, repeated day by day, become a shield that protects you from stroke. I want you to remember this. Your body is always whispering to you. When your heart races, when your blood pressure swings, when you feel tired after a meal that seemed harmless, that is your body sending you a message. Listen to it. Treat your body with kindness and with understanding, not with unconscious habits. If you learned something new today, consider it a gift to yourself. And if you believe this video could help someone, a friend, a loved one, please share it with them. Sometimes, a single piece of knowledge can save a life. Thank you for being here, for spending your time listening to me. If you'd like to continue this journey, please hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Every week, I'll be right here, sharing stories and lessons gathered from a lifetime of being a doctor. And before we part, I want to leave you with one reflection. We cannot prolong youth, but we can absolutely extend health. And that begins with the smallest choices, right at your table, starting today.